Peace and love to all my brothers and sisters. I hope you're doing okay. This is Teacher Kaitesi. So I have a message for you today, and this message is about you separating the entire family, the people that you came here to help, separating them from the dark entity that is there, that is keeping them blind and continuing to cast spells upon them and you. Okay? So, I'm going to remind you about something. In August, when the Lions Gate portal was open, we made a list of 8 things that we want to get rid of in our lives. On that list of those 8 things, Spirit had asked us to include one person that was most evil in our families according to us. Okay? So this is kind of a continuation from that. So now, this is what you're required to do. You see, when we made these contracts, we were contracted by the good ancestor, the one that cared enough and wanted their families purified because they had seen how much illness, how much lies, how much pain, how much evil had come into their families. So they wanted their next generation to be purified, and that is the person that contracted you. Okay? So when we made these contracts, these people were supposed to respect us because they were supposed to know us. They were supposed to know that we were here to help them. So they were not supposed to be bad to us. But what happened? Sometime after we made the contract, an evil entity was released, and this new, purely evil entity came into these families, and this is the one that has turned the families against you. Imagine that you're helping to save these people, and then they are working against you, because this entity has managed to spiritually convince them that you're the one who is evil. You understand? Because if they can go to witch doctors and they cast spells and do all these things on you and nothing happens to you, you don't die. You just suffer for a little while and then you manage to defeat this evil. This person has managed to convince them that you are the root cause of evil, that is why the evil doesn't affect you. You understand? You see, most of these people don't really believe in the power of the Most High. They don't believe it. Now they are going to believe it from us. That's why we are here. We are a lesson for them. But they don't yet believe or understand it. But they understand the power of evil. You see, this evil thief has stolen your love. What they should be expressing towards us, they are expressing towards this individual. This person in families is usually the head of the family. That person who everybody runs to when there's a problem. That is the one. Please don't try and convince yourselves otherwise. That one who everybody runs to for advice, the one they call, the one they seem to love, the one they seem to respect, that is the evil entity in your family. Okay? But at the same time, this evil entity knows that it's going to go away, knows that its time is up. So this evil entity already identified somebody else in the family that they will spiritually integrate with. When this person dies, their plan is to move spiritually. They have already performed all the rituals. They have already done all the possible practices. They know that when they come out of that body, they are going to move into that other entity, that other person. Okay? Now, you as a chosen one of the family, you are the link to the Most High. You are going to identify that family, the head of the family, and you're going to identify the person that they most prefer to move to, because you know there is a person who they favor above everyone else. There is that person who they have brought closer than everyone else. The one that they seem to understand. The one that they seem to like. This is because they have chosen that entity. Okay? This is because they have chosen that entity. They have already prepared. This is the time when they are going to retreat. They are going to leave. Okay? They are going to leave. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to get a brown paper. Something like this paper which is used for envelope. You're going to cut a small piece. It doesn't have to be very big. You're going to use a black pen. Black, this is what Spirit told me, so I'm telling you exactly what I was told. You're going to use a black pen to write the name. On one side, the name of that family, the head of the family, who you know is the head of spiritual evil in that family, in your family where you come from, the people you died for, the people you're suffering for, okay? You're going to write all their names. And then on this side, you're going to write the names of the person that you know they are most likely to move into when they die. Then you're going to put a line between them, okay? Using the black pen. Then you're going to get either a razor blade or scissors, and you're going to cut that piece of paper. And as you cut it, you're going to say, I separate you spiritually and physically from this entity. You will no longer meet, you will no longer be able to channel your energy through them. You will not use them. When you leave this world, this realm, you're going to live. You're not going to move into them. I separate you. I separate you. You're going to say it. Say it 3 times. Say it 3 times. Okay? Say it. Separate this person, their name. Say it. And I separate you from this person. Say it. You will no longer be one in spirit or in flesh. You will no longer meet physically or spiritually. You will not be able to move into them when you leave this world. And cut it as you say those words. Cut it into 2, that little piece of paper. You can use something small. You know, when we're doing these things, it's not always good for you to hold too much attention and burn a whole paper, okay? You can something like this small can work, okay? And write those 2 names and then cut them. And then after you've cut them, that entity, the evil one, the one that is hating your family, you're going to burn it. And you say, as I burn this, I have separated you from the entire family permanently. And you burn it and let that go in the ash. Then the other piece of the person that you know they are most likely to move into, you're going to keep it. You can put it anywhere in the bag or in the file, or just don't burn it. Don't burn both. Just burn the evil one that should leave, separate them from the other person. Because you see what has happened. We are blaming all these people for how they feel about us or how they treat us, but it's not really them. They are dealing with a very dark and very powerful entity. Remember that the Satan or his minions are trying to prove to the Most High that Adam's children are not worthy of inheriting this world. And our job here is to help them inherit what is theirs. Because Father made them with joy and love and wants them to inherit their world. This is why we came here. I know we feel bad. I know we feel badly treated. Okay? I know we feel bad about how we have been treated by them, but it's not them. They don't know themselves. They don't know themselves. We don't fight against flesh and blood. We fight against principalities of darkness. Okay? And spirits from dark places. So this dark entity, you see, this is why every time you start something and you get rid of some evil, sooner than later, it comes back. Because this entity is consistently channeling. They are continuing to channel evil into the lives of this family. That is all they do. They look in on the spirit. They are always looking in the spiritual realm to see any progress from any of the family members. Then they come in. They enrich the ones who are like them, the ones who are more like them. The ones who are not like them should consistently suffer. You can't get too much, because every time you get healing, they go back and channel more evil into your life. The healing goes back. Okay? You channel more healing for yourself, you heal, and then again, more evil comes back, and you find yourself down again. You start something, and sooner than later, it's thriving, then it falls. Because they are consistently bringing more evil back into the families. So the families cannot thrive. This is why the world looks confused. If you look around, people who are wealthy are miserable. The ones who are poor are miserable. Who is making us miserable? Who's making everyone miserable? Is this entity, this person who is there, this channeler, this person that is channeling. This person is wise. They are very spiritual. They are very spiritual. They look in on everything. They know who's doing what. They know how powerful you are. They know. And these are the ones that are responsible. Because consistently they are making the family dislike you. They are telling them, no, this person is evil. How can we send all this evil upon them and nothing happens? Look at how powerful they are. That means they are dangerous. That means they are the ones we have to get rid of. So these people are basically confused. Because for me, when I remembered the contract, I asked myself, why would I be helping people and now they are fighting against me? Okay? So the reason why they are fighting against us is because they have been told, they have been convinced that we are the ones who are evil because we are able to fight off all that evil. Okay? Another thing that Spirit told me to remind all of you, please, people, You have done evil, you have done certain evil things, but all those things that you have done are things which the family members have done. Those things that you think that are evil that you have done. If you have ever stolen, if you have ever been a prostitute, if you have ever been a gambler, if you have ever been an addict, if you have ever wrecked someone's marriage, if you have ever, whatever it is evil that you did, it is because you are the one that is to channel all this and then break it. Okay, you channel it together and then you break it. You have the power to do that. You cannot break evil which you have not experienced. This is why we were contracted, because these families had all this evil. So this evil, they come into us, even if it's for a day, even if you sold yourself for just a day, even if you just did prostitution for a week, even if you were just a homosexual for one night, one day you were drunk and you ended up sleeping with a man when you're a man, or you became a lesbian that day with another woman, it is because that evil is there in your family. You are the one person in your family that knows all the evil your family has ever done, because you have at one time or another had to go through it. Do you understand? But the reason why you experienced it is because it was channeled to you. It is not that it is who you are. It is not. And Spirit wants you to forgive yourself. Because Spirit says many of us keep judging ourselves and saying, but I also did this. There's a time I did this. It's because that evil was there in your family. So it had to come to you. That is you carrying that evil, and then you got rid of it. So that guilt that you feel is because you're breaking it. You're saying this shouldn't happen again. This should not have been. That you feel, the guilt, the pain, the shame, is all the pain and all the evil that the family has been a part of. Okay? So it's not that you're bad. You're not. You're incapable of being bad. You're a child of the Most High. The reason why you carry this is because you can manage to get rid of it. Okay? So also Spirit said that if you're still feeling guilty about these things that have happened, that you have done, okay? Write them on a list and then burn it. Write each and everything that you consider that is sin that you have done, and say that I separate myself and my family, my whole lineage, my children and their children and all future generations. I separate you from this sin, from all this. Make your list and then burn it. Okay? That way you separated yourself, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren, everyone ahead. From this point on, the fact that you have experienced it, you are the one to get rid of it. That is why you came here, because you have the power to get rid of all the evil in this family. You are the one that has that power. You believe in it because you did it, and it gave you the shame, it gave you the anger, it gave you the guilt. That allows you to be able to get rid of it for every one of the family. Okay? So please don't be angry with the family anymore. It's not them, it's that one entity. So write that list, get rid of that list, write those two members and separate them and burn one and leave the other. Okay? And also you should prepare that as you do this, these people will begin to leave us and move on. And as they move on, things will begin to change. Okay? So that is the message I had for you today. Till next time, bye.